Okay, getting ready to head out on another trip, and I want to talk a little bit about my Ultralight stuff sacks. Is it worth it? I don't know. Check it out. Ultralight stuff sacks are these ones made out of carbon fiber, Dyneema fabric. Super light. I mean, check this out. How much does these weigh? This is one of them. This is probably more of my heavier ones. 2.2 ounces. Nothing. And I'll take this little sack here and I'll put my sleeping bag in it. Big old sleeping bag. I'm gonna put that whole thing right in here. Check it out. That's why they call it a stuff sack. Stuff in it. And it's a sack. Getting it done. Here we go. There we go. This was from a company called Ultralight sacks. It has these nice clips on the side here that really compress it down. I can yank on this thing and just make it into, you know, what's the size of, smaller than a football, you know, nice. But you know what? I can do the same thing with my Cedar Summit sack here. And this weighs about the same. A little bit less, 1.9 ounces, 2 ounces. I can stuff my sack in there just the same. And this will cost me, and the Cedar Summit one cost me. So what's the difference? Why would you spend so much more for this than for this? Well, these are advertised as more waterproof. They're usually lighter weight. This one isn't. They say that these are a little bit more durable. These might be a little bit more durable, I suppose, but really, I wouldn't, my opinion, not much more. I've had this for more years than I've had this. I've used this more. No signs of wear. It's nice, I like it. You know, sometimes I think it's just the status thing, right? I have the most ultralight stuff. I have Dyneema. I don't know. What do you think? You know, you could always forego all this stuff and just use the bag the stuff sack that it comes in. I find though that these will wet out a little bit faster. This is a sil nylon kind of a thing, so you know it's pretty durable. It's not seam sealed, so it's gonna leak water, and it's gonna get the rest of your stuff in your pack all wet. This is not seam sealed either, but the stitching is pretty awesome. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? What other kind of Dyneema stuff can you get? You know, there's different kinds. I showed you the one that has the roll top with the clips on it. You can also get a very similar one. This has this is actually a food bag. This one is taped and it's seam sealed really well. So you know, you can get it with, there's some that come with a little Velcro up here, so you can seal it really nice, and then you roll it down, and you strap this thing around. It does leak a little bit. Well, it's not really, technically not airtight, but pretty close. Good enough for me. And then, so you can hang this up, you know. So there's that kind where you roll top and you clip. There's bags like this. This is my little ditty bag, and you can tell that it's taken a few animals chewing on it. That's a story for another day. But it's just a string you pull tight and you clip down, and it's not really airtight, but it's pretty good, you know. But these are nice. This has been with me on a lot of trips. I would say, you know, probably a couple thousand miles at least. And you can tell it's pretty tough, with the exception of an animal chomping on it once. It's held up really good. Even the seams are still holding up really nice. So it is pretty durable. What's another kind? So I got this for my hammock. It has those little drawstrings. Drawstrings, that's what they're called. On both sides. So I can hang it's used for my hammock, and you'll see when you set this up with this thing hanging off the side. So this is nice, specifically made for that. Another drawstring here. This is from Hilltop. Hilltop Packs makes these. These are really nice. There's lots of companies out there making this now. If you just go to Etsy, or you go to, I don't know, you just do a search online for Dyneema sacks, and you'll get a bunch of people who are making them now. Used to be just a few. A lot more now. I got these specialty designed for my poles for my hammock. You could also use it for your tent. They make let's see here. They also make one for your stakes. Now I have used one. Stand by. I have a lot of bags. Okay, so anyway, I have one for my stakes that came with my tent, and that thing soaks up like almost instantly. When you're packing up your stakes and if they're all wet, and this thing just, this is much better. Doesn't seal, you know, airtight, but it does keep these things dry. And this is a pretty thick Dyneema here, so this is gonna last me a while. So, you know, because your stakes are pokey and they might poke through. This is pretty tough. Really enjoying this. And on one recent trip, talk about durability. I hung my food up in this smaller sack, and truth be told, I didn't hang it up the way I should have. It was far too close to the branch, and an animal, I don't know what it was, pretty tough animal, tore this thing almost to shreds. And the funny thing is, they didn't take any of the food. I think they did this just for fun, just to ruin my day. So I walked out there in the morning, and I had stuff all over the place. There's holes in this thing. Look how big those holes are. So yes, these things are not indestructible. I don't know what kind of critter it was. It was bigger than a squirrel. I don't think it was a bear, because this thing was in a weird place and they didn't eat any of the food. I don't know what it was, raccoon? I don't know what it was. But this is not repairable. It just blew it out completely. Usually I would use like tenacious tape, like I have here. Got a few little puncture holes over time. Use a little tenacious tape. This thing can last a lot longer. So why do I have these ultralight sacks? Well, for me, it's a little bit extra added comfort, so I know that everything in my pack is going to stay confined into these mostly, almost completely waterproof sacks, and that, you know, it's not going to make a mess of the inside of my pack. There are other ways you could do this. You could have garbage bags or other kind of liners in there, and you could wrap things up differently, or however you want it. There's lots of different options here. This is just my way that I just like what I do. So I am David on Earth. And thank you for watching my channel. This is just a quick little review of all these little stuff sacks that I bought over time and how much stupid money I've poured into this kind of stuff. Alright, so your job is to put your comments down below. What do you think about ultralight sacks? Are they worth it? Are they not worth it? Do you have other options? How do you pack your pack without getting all your stuff wet? Go ahead. I dare you. Comment. Alright, so I'm going to finish packing up here. I'm going to have a good trip. Stay tuned. And I'll see you on the trail.